Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. I do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Thursday, the 2nd of September, 2021. It's a jungle out here in Trinidad and Tobago. Nevertheless, viewers, I do want to thank you for joining us tonight. Now, remember, I always say, share our live stream. We are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, Saieed Real Talk on Facebook, and just subscribe to YouTube, TT Real Talk. And, we go live. Share it with your friends, with your family. Let Trinidad and Tobago and the whole world know about Real Talk with Saieed Ali. So I do want to thank you, viewers. I just want to let you know that we still remain the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. We are still the third best news forecast in Trinidad and Tobago, and we're maintaining it right there. So I do want to thank you tonight, viewers, for logging on to us via Facebook, via YouTube, via Synergy Television Live. Let me tell you something, it's an honor to be in that position. Knowing that Real Talk with Saieed Ali is on the air 3.5 years now, and we make it. But I do want to say thank you, the viewers. So as we start off our program tonight, viewers, Principal Medical Officer Dr. Marian Abdul Richards have stated that the government has a final say on the reopening of any particular sector of the economy. In a letter dated August 26th to the Health Minister, Terence Dayal Singh, cinema stakeholders appealed for the government to reopen the sector. It stated that the sector have been closed for 112 days in 2021 and 194 days in 2020, which have placed stress on the staff and others who are sole breadwinners of their families. In other statements, the Barkeepers and Operators Association of T&T hoped bar could be allowed to reopen next week. However, Abdul Richard stated that these are policy decisions and therefore rest within the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. So viewers, cinemas have been closed for 112 days in 2021. That is a loss. And 194 days in 2020, which is also a loss for people on the breadline. But yes, we understand social distancing. Yes, we understand food, whatever it is. But the thing is, I don't understand. Why are the cinemas closed? Why? Because they could social distance in the cinema. We have the food sector open up in Trinidad and Tobago where you could buy and go. You can't dine in a restaurant. But yet the markets are crowded, the supermarkets are crowded, the transit hub in Trinidad and Tobago are crowded, vehicles are transporting citizens of Trinidad and Tobago max capacity. So sometimes I wonder why. Why? It's not like we could prevent COVID-19 from spreading. I mean, look at the livelihood of the individuals. Our Prime Minister, he says he cares about the lives and the livelihood of citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. But when the cinemas are closed and the bars are closed, those are livelihood under restraint presently. Right? It's sad, It's sad. It really, really sad to know that the economy is just standstill. It's just standstill. Moving along, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has stated that he will be around for a while and was not planning to exit as Prime Minister at this time. The PM states that he does not switch off from the pandemic challenges night or day and hopes that the physical and mental status can cope with the 24-hour stress.
It is stressful to be in that situation on a 24-hour basis, and I hope that my physical and mental state and that of the country that we can cope with it and exhale in the not too distant future. And with respect to me being around, I'm sorry to say, Bo, I'll be around for a while.
So he's around for a little while. So those of you who were expecting the Prime Minister to resign or to pack up and walk out, no, he wouldn't do that. But tell you something, power is a serious thing, you know. Power is a serious thing to hold on, you know. You see, when you hear you hold on to power, you doesn't want to let go, you know. 2386716 is our phone line to call viewers. Feel free to call in. Let me hear what you have to say concerning issues that are facing you and the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, the PM, he also added that it was a waste of time trying to paint him as an authority, an author, or dictator-type leader. Question on if he was or he has a dictatorship-style leadership. Rowley added that there were simply voices that may not agree with his style. The bullying style, we ain't agree with it, definitely. Definitely. I ain't agreeing with that. And I know you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, will not agree with that also. However, the PM stated that he was comfortable with his image and behavior. He added, what you see is what you get.
Even before I got into Prime Minister's position, you would find there are voices that don't agree with my style. But I am nothing if I am not respectful, if I am not open. I say things as I see them. I don't sugarcoat things for people. And I think some people have a difficulty with that. But in terms of reasonable assessment from people who do not have agendas, I am quite comfortable with my image and my own behavior. But I think the average person in Trinidad and Tobago see me not as copying anybody's style or trying to be what I am not. And with me, what you see is what you get. And I am open and I am pragmatic.
What you see is what you get. You know, a former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, a former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the late Patrick Manning, you know, there were videos circulating all over social media, and he said when he can't get his way, he will bully you. Now, they are not my words, they are the words of a late Prime Minister. But nevertheless, the Prime Minister said that's him, that's his ways. You may not like it, we may not like it, but what you see is what you get. And what we are seeing of him is presently what we are getting. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
First time caller.
Welcome, my friend. Thanks for viewing.
Everybody on that panel, who don't be on that panel, should resign because they're doing a lot of nonsense in this country.
Thank you, my friend. So now we will be going to the Attorney General. Days after the House of Representatives agreed to a 3-month extension of the state of emergency, which is the SOE, Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi have stated that it need not run for the full period, but could end at any point in time. Or before the 3 months is up, they could call it off. Now, he stated that the aim of the SOE was to help vaccination drive to assist in crowd control. Al-Rawi added that the first 3 months of the SOE has shown it had worked.
We had to make sure that we had the ability to vaccinate people using the state of emergency regulations that we have in place. And secondly, to have a degree of crowd control and management by using, as hated as it is, curfew opportunities, etc., to control spread. In the circumstances, therefore, the state of emergency gave us the most room to maneuver. It's extended for a further 3 months, It can end, as the Prime Minister said, at any point in time if we see the numbers going right. Remember, when we started the state of emergency, we had 3 days of bed space, and now we have 40% occupancy. So we have shown that it works. As uncomfortable as it is, the mission is just to get vaccinated in large center processing fashion and achieve our economy's reopening.
So viewers, listen this, eh? Listen this, eh? He added, now, the government, if the government could operate with a nightly curfew without having an SOE, Al-Rawi said that that would be very hard to do. Very hard, he said. He added that daytime activities were allowed as they can be supervised by TTPS. However, at nighttime, there is less supervision.
Remember, the Prime Minister has been at pains, the Minister of Health, the public health officials have been at pains to say what we're battling is congregation. The reason for the state of emergency is that during the day when you have the movement, it's under supervision of daylight. You have the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and Defence Force and law enforcement with aid assistance, but you've got multiple people paying attention to crowd control all at the same time. The nighttime restrictions are where you expect it to be. Not that COVID doesn't exist at night, but nighttime restrictions are there because there is really no work going on at nighttime and there's less supervision going on at nighttime.
Now viewers, Al-Rawi noted that the curfew is a tool that the public health advisors has asked for.
And as much as we all want to get our lives back and all want to see a relaxation in the widest sense possible, for now, it is a necessary tool that the public health advisors have asked the government to consider, and therefore we have agreed in this way.
Al-Rawi also added, he also vowed to enact laws to tackle sex offenders in his upcoming legislative agenda, including amendments to the Sexual Offence Act. Now viewers, the Sexual Offence Act, well, you know, Real Talk push for that. We asked the AG to pass it. I give him many reasons why, and it is passed, but they are going to upgrade. And I am happy. I am glad to hear that. Now listen this. So it's something. Question, if the government could operate with a nightly curfew without having an SOE, Al-Rawi said that would be very hard. Now, if you take off the SOE at night and you run a curfew, now SOE take away your rights as a citizen. That is the SOE. But if you run a curfew and you amend the curfew, or you legislate the curfew, and you let citizens know if you are caught within the curfew time, you would be charged and put a fine, put a hefty fine, a $5,000 or $10,000 fine. What you doing outside? You know it's a curfew. So with the price now on the curfew, let me tell you something, you would not take the chance to be outside. But when you have the SOE and they remove your rights, they could do anything. They could do anything. I'm just here to inform you. I'm just here to inform you. Call a good night.
Hi, good night, sir.
My friend, go right ahead.
This thing makes no sense. Are you telling me that the police could control the entire nation during the day when everybody is out?
Yes.
But you cannot control it when nobody is out. What kind of nonsense and rubbish does these people ever think when they're talking? And secondly, sir, you see those words that Mr. Manning spoke of, those are profound words, sir. The moment you oppose him, and if you oppose him strongly, he becomes a raging bull. That is manifest, and the Prime Minister is correct. What you see is what you get.
Yes.
When the opposition oppose him, you know, this is how this man behaves, and most respectfully, sir. I have never seen an individual, so much to say a statesman in that position, behave in this kind of manner, sir. When you behave in this kind of manner, the population, and I would dare to say, it is because of the behavior of the Prime Minister, we have all this problem in school children, because if a man in authority is behaving, when he tells Dr. Bilal, I will wait for you in the pavement, and he is going to
yes.
How do you expect the young and most impressionable minds to behave? He is not fit for that position, sir. And I'm calling on him, resign now, because too much harm is done to this country. What about our money? Billions of dollars have been spent. What is it we have for it? Where has it gone? Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but I would like to talk about the SOE and the curfew. Let me tell you something, we could do it. So viewers, we'll be right back after this break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716 for further information. Our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
So viewers, welcome back to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I do want to thank you for joining us back. So remember viewers, I gave you a little hint about Real Talk Credit Union. Remember I told you about our bylaws and constitution that I will be receiving that governs Real Talk Credit Union. Now, bring me up to this camera. What I have in my hand, viewers, this is my Real Talk bylaws. It's our constitution that governs or will be governing the Real Talk Credit Union Society Limited right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Take a good look at it. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. This is my bylaw. This is for the Real Talk Credit Union. So viewers, it's in my hand. It's legit. You understand? This governs our credit union. And each credit union or every credit union in Trinidad and Tobago, they have to have one of this in order to function. So when I tell you all, hey, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago have seen it. They have seen it. So like I said, I'm just waiting for an approval. As soon as I get that approval, let me tell you something. Real Talk Credit Union will be birthed right here in Caroni Savannah Road in Chaguanas in Trinidad and Tobago. And I will also be extending branches. But I wouldn't say where as yet. I'm in some talks with some businessmen. Let me tell you something. High-level businessmen. But I wouldn't bust the S as yet as to where I will be opening second, third, and fourth branches. So viewers, in the coming months, Real Talk Credit Union will be opening its doors to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I tell you, when I'm doing something, I'm doing it, you know. So as we continue our program tonight, we have a call. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
My friend.
Vaccine vagrant. No, Saeed, you just had the prophet, you know the so-called prophet, talking about why and when and let us understand what the leadership of this country tell us to do and what they do. It is their action and their words are at variance. Listen to me. What is happening in Tobago now? The ICU is overwhelmed, right? So you have to mitigate everything. In Tobago, you're supposed to shut down movement. What our Prime Minister is doing again. Let's come to Tobago. He's going with a retreat, sorry, a fete or a retreat. He's causing crowds in Tobago. What will that do? It looks like the variant does not attack the PNM supporters, because I suspect they're going to campaign. You can't be doing something and expect the people to follow you when you're showing them blatantly you're not doing the right thing. The other thing I want to talk, you know, we have major disruption in electricity supply in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
You should know, you had about 4 outages this morning, you had an outage yesterday, and you know what happened in school start back? School start back, so how people could do online business, how the students could be online, how the teachers could do online. Real confusion in this country, you know. And last of all, they said digitalization, right? Why did the Prime Minister not have his retreat, his fete, virtually? It appears some of them government ministers don't know to use the devices. Only Champano and she was roaming and she was...
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, they had a big meeting. But nevertheless, I believe he's coming Friday or Saturday to tell the nation what the meeting was about. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley have stated that with only 28% of the population fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and 36% receiving at least a first dose after 5 months of vaccination. Expressing his disappointment with the low vaccine uptake, Dr. Rowley compared Mississippi vaccination rates at 36% fully vaccinated population and Trinidad and Tobago at 28%. Now I will tell all you something. As again I have been saying this. Information, Mr. Keith, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and to the Minister of Health, the man who owns all the hospitals, all the clinics, and the man who only have all the oxygen and other things in the hospital, he alone have that. You understand? Information in the public domain is a serious thing. And when we have a health minister saying it's only a little bit amount of people could get COVID if it do come to Trinidad, and we could rip our jersey and we could ban we face, and then a couple days they went to Parliament and they bring out a legislation now. If you don't wear your mask, you're being charged. You're being charged $1,000. And now to come and say you want to compare Mississippi vaccination rate at 36% fully vaccinated to Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you all something. Other countries informing their citizens of the seriousness of it. We're going to buy vaccine with taxpaying citizen money, but all you're signing non-disclosure. We hear it on radio stations, we hear it on TV programs, some of the how to say it, after effect of the vaccine, but we're not hearing it through the Ministry of Health. But all they expect the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to just get up one morning and just go on a vaccination site and vaccinate themselves without any information being spread in the public domain. As to what will the vaccine do? As to what is COVID-19? What ingredients does the vaccine have to fight against COVID-19? All we're hearing is that it will boost your system and you will not end up as a fatal one. You will not end up in the hospital. That's all we're hearing. What information is that? Take the vaccine. It will help you. You will not die. Really? Let me tell you something. It had a case come in my office this morning with our first dose of Sinopharm. I told them what to do. And I will be waiting the result. Let me tell you something. Hey, I don't want to say too much of it yet. But when I get back the results from them, I go, Leo, you know what's going on. Let me tell you something. I was saddened this morning when that couple ended up in front of me and what happened. But I told them what to do step by step, and I'm waiting for the result. So, Dr. Rowley, he added that only the conclusion we can get from that is that TNT is dangerously exposed.
So compare Mississippi with 36% and we are 28%. Can we expect to perform better than that population? The only inference we can draw from that situation is that we are exposed. We are very exposed. We are dangerously exposed. But we can do something about it by improving the level of vaccination of the country. That is the long and short of the story.
So viewers, we are dangerously exposed. Okay, no problem. What about when you were sitting in an interview and you said to the population of Trinidad and Tobago while we were exposed to COVID-19 that if you write a letter to get vaccine, you will be begging? Wasn't that when we were dangerously exposed? If I write this letter to the High Commissioner of India, I will be begging. I am not a beggar, so I will not write the letter. When Kamala wrote the letter, when they responded in India, once your ministers write to us, we will respond and we will assist and we will donate. But our ministers in authority, we're not going to write because we'll be begging. But now, all of a sudden, we're dangerously exposed. All of a sudden, you're comparing one island to Trinidad and Tobago Island vaccination population. Boy, let me tell you something. It's such a shame. It's such a shame that you could come out now and tell the people on our briefing that we dangerously exposed. Or let us forget what all you say. That is why I am here to remind the citizens and to remind these ministers of what they told us. Kola, good night.
Very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed.
To you, my friend.
I just want to remind all leaders in the country, whether it's a religious leader, whether it's the Prime Minister, once he is a leader, and especially to the Prime Minister, Mr. Rowley, Dr. Rowley, a good leader supposed to be a good listener.
Correct.
A good leader supposed to show humility.
Yes.
A good leader supposed to show compassion. A good leader don't talk down to people.
No.
And the boxes don't take with him. He failed miserably. All the best.
Thank you, my friend. You see, that is why I come here every night. Every night. Our Prime Minister says, what you see is what you get, and we have been seeing all sorts of things. All sorts of action and movements, and want a mandatory. What you see is what you get. We've seen it all the time coming up. Now one real talk is what you hear is the facts and the truth you're hearing. So there's the difference. Now the PM further noted that the Minister of Health will continue to provide information to the public. To the public. Now, he wants the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to be fully vaccinated. He expects the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago just to listen to him. Just to listen to him. Don't listen to nobody else and go vaccinate yourself. Go vaccinate yourself. So while we on this, are looking for persons of interest. Persons of interest. Mahindra Shivam Sunny. Would friends and family of this gentleman please let him know that Saeed would want to have a word with him, so he contact me at 339-1670. Please contact me, my friend, and we will have a nice civil discussion. Thank you so much. So Trinidad and Tobago, as I have always said and will continue saying, it is your choice to vaccinate. It is your choice to get up in the morning and go vaccinate. It is your choice also to wake up in the morning and say, I am not going to get vaccinated. That is your right. And anytime any individual is trampling over your rights, well, then something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Director of Women's Health, Dr. Adesh Surju Singh, he stated that some 383 pregnant women have been contracted COVID-19 since the pandemic began. However, 68 of these infections came within last week. Dr. Surju Singh indicated that there are several pregnant women currently warded in the intensive care unit, that is the ICU.
As of Monday, 383 pregnant women in our database who have contracted COVID-19. And I was here just a week ago, and that figure was 315. So an additional 68 women, for my calculation, would have contracted COVID-19 since we last spoke. And that is very alarming. And that's really why I'm back here today, to appeal to the population in general to get vaccinated, and also for pregnant women to hear the message that we are trying to say today.
To date, there have been one maternal death recorded in a pregnant woman. With only 172 pregnant women vaccinated to date, Dr. Surju Singh is appealing for more women to come forward. Now, they added that the vaccine will protect you, will protect your unborn baby, as there are no different side effects other than those already stated.
This vaccine, the mRNA type of vaccine, over 300,000 women have been vaccinated worldwide. When you take the vaccine, it protects your unborn baby as well. Additionally, there is no different side effects other than what we have already stated when you compare a pregnant woman with the general population.
Let me tell you something. Trinidad and Tobago needs information. You see, you just can't hold a press conference and come out and tell us 5,000 die. I believe it's somewhere around 1,300 deaths in Trinidad and Tobago thus far. You just can't come out and say that. You just can't come out and say what you're doing. We need information. We need information. That is what we need. We need in-depth information. Don't just come out and say how much in hospital, how much in ICU, how much dead, how much contracted. Oh God, it's a daily thing. We understand it's spreading. We understand that. Come out and give us some information about Moderna, about Pfizer, about AstraZeneca, Sinopharm. Come out and tell us. Well, Sinopharm will work against the immune system because in the immune system it have A, B, C. You know, it have minerals, it have whatever. Come out and tell us. You're not doing it. So when people see, I often say what people see going on across the world and they listen across the world, it's like, how are we not hearing it from the ministers? And I've been keep on saying this. Let me tell you something, I keep saying it. But it's like I'm talking to somebody like it's deaf. Nevertheless, I will keep saying it until the hearing open. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we'll talk about the commissioner. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716 for further information. Our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Now, on a previous show, I did say to you that Real Talk Group of Company is a registered money lending company. We are a licensed company. And very soon, Real Talk will be able to give out small loans to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Very, very soon. And I am making it available to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Like I said before, Real Talk Group of Company is a licensed money lending company. It's an institute. And, I took my time. I went through the entire procedure of getting my money lender's license. Real Talk Group of Company have been registered over a year now. And people wonder, Saieed, is our money safe? It is. For 3.5 years, I've been running a production, $1 million production. Every year, I spend over $1 million without the help of any individual. I don't even ask anybody to advertise on Real Talk. You understand? And now that I am one approval away from opening a Real Talk credit union in Trinidad and Tobago, that says a lot. It says a lot. It says a lot to Real Talk Group of Companies. You all are properly well stabled. Properly well stable. And on top of that now, Real Talk Group of Companies is offering to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, from 2.5% straight up until 3.5%. Now, when you contact our office at 238-6716 or 339-1670, when you set up an appointment and come to have a chat with us, I give you everything that you're asking about. I present it before you. Saieed, is our money safe? Yes. What is your percentage rate? What is the amount you want to invest? Now, on a previous show, I break it down for you. There are all type of financial institute in Trinidad and Tobago, all type. But who is offering the highest percentage rates on your investment? Nobody else is doing it like Real Talk Group of Companies, where we created a Real Talk investment. Now, you have 100,000. This is just an example. If you have 100,000, financial institute will give you 0.05%. 0.05%. On 100,000, you could get 2.5% to 3%. You understand? Now that is from $2,500 to $3,000 per year. Per annum is 12 months. Other institute will give you sometime 500, 400. It all depends on the percentage rate. But at Real Talk Investment, we are offering you from 2.5 to 3% on $100,000. I'm just breaking it down on $100,000 so you all would understand. You all understand the 2.5%, 3% difference from 0.05% at other institute. So that is why I'm using a figure of $100,000 to break it down, and then we're breaking it down in smaller parts now from $2,500 for the 12 months interest and $3,000 on the $100,000 interest on 12 months. So you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. People are coming as far as Tobago. Saeed, this is the greatest we have seen so far. And we understand that you have been established because you're on TV, you're running $1 million production without anybody's help, you're into real estate, you have your own security and intelligence unit, you have your production, you're doing spirit work, you're a businessman, you just travel, you're talking to ministers, local and regional. It's like we don't have a fear. We don't. We understand you already established. And one thing we could say about you, Saeed, is for the 3.5 years you're on TV. 3.5 years you're on TV, you never ask any individuals to run an ad on your show. And that tells me that you are a stable businessman. Whenever it's time to give charity, we give it in a big way. We give it in a big way. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I have a kind of situation here, right? Let's say the sanitizing thing, right? The sanitizer is 70% alcohol, right? Now, you're going to a bar, you're washing your hands, right? The alcohol you're consuming is cleaning the inside of you. When you wash your hand, you're sanitizing. When the beach was opened up, how many people drinking rum and drinking beers on the beach? Alright? So why can't the bars open? Because when you're drinking rum, it's cleaning the inside. And when you sanitize outside, because the alcohol, the sanitizer and other medication have alcohol in it, even night pills have alcohol in it. Alright?
Thank you, my friend. So, we have a video for you viewers. I just want you to see it. Pay attention to it.
And of course, when you go to somebody asking for a gift, that is not a gift, you're begging. Understand that. There was no arrangement for us here in Trinidad and Tobago to vaccinate this population by begging. There was an arrangement put in place with power and of course WHO. And of course, the world's trading and making of vaccines. That system is now in deep, deep disarray because of the behavior of human beings to other human beings. Those who have money, they have taken the position that until we vaccinate all of our people, none of the vaccine that we have cornered will be made available.
If you write a letter, I will be begging. Now listen to this recap.
So compare Mississippi with at 36% and we are 28%. Can we expect to perform better than that population? The only inference we can draw from that situation is that we are exposed. We are very exposed. We are dangerously exposed. But we can do something about it by improving the level of vaccination of the country.
That is the long and short of the story.
The long and the short of this story. I am not begging. That's the long. That's the long. I am not begging. The short now is just start comparing other countries' vaccination population to Trinidad and Tobago vaccination population. All the time you're telling me, I'm not begging, I'm not begging, I'm not begging. Now you switch it around. I am just here to remind you. That is what I am here to do. To open your eyes so you would see. That is the same individual who they wanted to make it mandatory. And when I stood right here, I said, mandatory? What you doing with the murderers that are in prison? That the courts found them guilty. And it was mandatory to hang them. Oh! Human rights. Human rights. We can't hang them. But they could have killed. They could kill. But they cannot be killed by the state. Let me tell you something. I just bring in facts to all you, That is all I doing. I bring in facts to all you. We have a call. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
Good program.
Thank you.
I just called to tell you that we have no water 4 weeks in Pinal.
No water in Pinal? What part of Pinal?
And Patiram Trace.
Patiram Trace and Pinal?
Yeah. And we have no water at all. Right now, water, no water at all.
How long you all haven't received water down there?
4 weeks now.
A whole month?
Yeah.
Wow. My friend, thank you for highlighting it.
But I would like this to say something, right? Mm-hmm. My point is, when you see water breakdown, right? Mm-hmm. In 24 hours,
they get water. Yeah.
They walk in 8 and 8 to get a line to fix, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But in South, a month and they can't fix.
What is this? Which service station does service the Pinal area?
Well, the same area, and then we just go out of San Fernando, so I can't say which part.
Okay. Well, I will do some calls tomorrow and find out.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for highlighting it, my friend. So anybody from Wassa that on the Siparia or the San Fernando water station, Patiram Trace in Pinal is without water for a month now. So somebody in Wassa, whether you're in San Fernando, whether you're in Siparia, could you please give the people some water? Could you please? Because at the end, when you hear 2 term pass, and all I get all the money, all I run into disconnect, and now you want to know why customers now not paying. That is the reason why. So viewers, with all the talk and talk, we shifting gears to the Acting Commissioner of Police, Mr. Gary Griffith, has hit back at his predecessor, that is Mr. Williams, accusing him of only granting firearm users license, that is FULs, to a selected few, while leaving many others defenseless. Griffith argued that during his tenure, he granted firearms to applicants in different ethnicity and economic standard once they meet the criteria. He added that from previous records, firearms were only given to the rich and famous and not the average citizen.
And I think it's because what happened in the past, in fact, was that firearms were only being given, from what I have seen in the record, is only to the rich and famous. And it was not being given to the average citizen. And it's because of such irresponsible behavior that I inherited a backlog of over 50,000 persons now applying for a firearm. 50,000.
Now, viewers, however, he stated that every single citizen has a right to have a firearm. Griffith added that he issued hundreds of firearms, not just to the rich and famous, but were issued to small businessmen, farmers, and others.
What I have done is, unlike then, where most of these people might have been the rich and famous because only a certain elite few would be given firearms. What I have done is to ensure that every single citizen, you have a right, if it is that you apply and you adhere to the requirements, I should not put it upon myself. If persons find that this is not correct, well then you change the law. But the law gives those persons those rights. And what I have done is to open the playing field, whereby hundreds of persons, over 99% of the firearms that I have issued are not the rich and famous, in contrast to what was done before. So you're getting hundreds of firearms that have been issued under my watch for small businessmen, farmers, the hundreds upon hundreds of law enforcement officers from the police service, the defense force, the prisons, fire services, persons who have left and were previously in law enforcement, but now obviously their life could still be at risk, women as well. So a number of different persons now have the opportunity where it did not happen before.
Griffith further noted that while he continues to assist different associations and their members, he took note that they were silent while he faced criticism over his stance on firearm permit. And so viewers, you all know that I do support the Commissioner of Police. He is doing a wonderful job thus far. But I am just one voice. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
You're live on Real Talk, my dear. Go right ahead.
This is honey and whipped cream.
Oh, my darling. How are thou?
I'm very good. Hear what? Concerning the market, right? All the markets, you were saying, right? I concern with Central Market. Most of the toilets are not working. That's one. That's one. The other thing is, a lot of trolleys in the market, like it was a grocery, and they're driving reckless. Right. And thirdly, they have barrowmen, but like they're not licensed because they're compelling you to move in an aggressive manner.
I understand.
Okay?
I understand. Thank you, my dear.
Could you highlight that for me, please?
Well, the entire world just heard you. So we hope somebody in authority is listening. Now, Darren, 21, from Dyer Village, Hadbargen, appeared virtually before a senior magistrate at San Fernando Magistrate Court. He was granted $75,000 bail with surety and ordered to stay 300 meters away from the victim. Now, Darren, who is employed as a lorryman, was charged with sexual penetration of a 14-year-old girl. He was arrested after a report was made to the Southwestern Child Protection Unit. The accused is expected to reappear on Wednesday, the 29th of September, 2021. It is alleged that the man had sexual intercourse with the girl in a corn patch in September 2020. In a corn patch. Investigation resulted in the man being arrested and charged on Tuesday, the 31st of August, 2020. Face mask tickets. 16,427 persons have received tickets for not wearing a face mask in public. In one year since wearing a mask has been made law in Trinidad and Tobago, 16,000 and more, a minimum fine of 1,000 for a first breach. The overall monetary value of these fixed penalty notice amounted to 16,427 million. 16.427 million. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, please wear your mask. You will save 1,000. 27 persons were charged via summons for attending a house party in Bon Air on Wednesday night. Officers received information about a house party in Bon Air Circular, Bon Air Gardens, Aruca, at around 9:45 p.m. where they saw 27 people linemen. The group, which consisted of 15 men and 12 women, were from Aruca, Tacarigua, Point 14, Curepe and Belmont. Their ages range from 18 to 51. Police said the group was profiled and will be charged via summons. Still partying. Still partying. So to the AG, can we remove the SOE or leave the SOE? We want to know. You could run a curfew in the night, 9 to 5 curfew, stiffer penalties. Stiffer penalties, people just have to apply for curfew passes and remove the SOE, because you could say 95% of Trinidad and Tobago is functional. Functional. Those on the night shift, daylight, 75% of the people in Trinidad and Tobago are on the move. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
You were talking about box drain yesterday.
Go right ahead.
Right, you were talking about box drain. I want to put something here. A box drain is in one room.
Caller, we are not hearing you clearly. If you could hang up and try back, not a problem. We will facilitate you. We will facilitate you. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but we will have a few minutes discussion when I come back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716. For further information, our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. You know, I always say, it gives me great pleasure to come here every night, just to serve you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, the facts, the do's and the don'ts, what you should know. And by me is not what you should know, you know, because I believe you should know everything. That is why I am here every night, pounding it on you so you would know it. So viewers, I just want to let you all know, you know, I'm grateful today that I have gotten my bylaws for the credit union. You know, very soon that will be birthed right here in Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, God have been good to me. God have been good to me. And I was telling a police officer who was with me during the entire course of the day. I always tell him, I said, my friend, I say, see, charity will pave the way for anything. It doesn't matter if you don't believe in God, but believe in charity, believe in giving. If you don't believe in God, believe in giving. And giving, viewers, have paved the way for me in my entire life. I am where I am today because of giving. So, Real Talk Credit Union will be birthed right here in Trinidad, hopefully before the year is over. I do want to encourage you, viewers, to call us 238-6716-339-1670 for the Real Talk investment. Let me tell you something. A lot of people have been calling. A lot of people have been investing. And very soon, Real Talk Group of Companies will be given the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago access to loan. Remember, Real Talk Group of Company is a licensed money lending company. Tomorrow I will try to get my license and put it up on television so you all would know. I did put it up when I got it. So you all would know, well, hey, Real Talk Group of Companies is a licensed money lending company. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, always give praise, give thanks. So contact us if you want to make a Real Talk investment. Until we meet again, Allahumma oba ora ba inta zina kaba illa as amathrobo. Now, God said He's the best planner, but you have to make a plan while you're living on earth. Until we meet again, good night.
Come down to Matai Imports Limited, one of the largest wholesalers and retailers for all your 4x4